I've been older, anxious, thinking about the world we live in. 'Cause at any moment we could lose the people we love, or just mess it all up. And there's a gray cloud hanging right above my head. Nobody addresses it but you. Bring an umbrella and build a shelter for me. You don't make me feel bad for feeling bad. You don't say I should be grateful for all I have. When the lights go out and I'm all alone, you don't hesitate, you just hold me close. You meet me at my dark places. Yeah, you meet me at my dark places. I keep overthinking. Nothing that I do is good enough, and I can't seem to shake it. I feel like life is wasted on me. Nobody wants to be around all this negativity. Nobody wants to be around someone like me. But you don't make me feel bad for feeling bad. You don't say I should be grateful for all I have. When the lights go out and I'm all alone, you don't hesitate, you just hold me close. You meet me at my dark places. Well, you meet me at my dark places. You make me feel enough, 'cause you keep showing up. You make me feel enough, 'cause you're not giving up. And I don't know a lot, but I know this is love. 'Cause you don't make me feel bad for feeling bad. You don't say I should be grateful for all I have. When the lights go out and I'm all alone, you don't hesitate, you just hold me close. You meet me at my dark places. You meet me at my dark places. Oh, you meet me at my dark places, babe. You meet me at my dark places.
Better known as Chloe with her song Dark Places off her album Apocalypse. Now, I love the mood of the song, and I love the lyrics.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So welcome on the show. Thank you so much for coming.
It's so good to be here.
Yeah, so Mr. Guitarist as well. Hello. You don't have a mic, but we can hear you. I can hear you. So you're gonna fade into the background a little bit because, like I said, today's show is all about girl power. This is the first time on the show we've had an almost all female guests and all female hosts. My host, as you guys can see, the other 4 boys are sleeping at home. So I'm gonna take over the show a little bit. So I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. You look so festive today.
I know, I brought it. This is the only time of the year you can wear an ugly sweater and get away with it.
You're so right.
Yes. So I'm sad and mad that you're not wearing an ugly sweater, a Christmas sweater.
Oh, you should have told me. I would have had one.
I should have. So do I call you by your stage name or do I call you by Chloe?
You can call me anything you want, but the stage name is Shen. So I know a lot of people kind of like call it a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So my favorite one that I've heard is actually Shni.
Shni?
Yeah, like Shni, like Captain Hook's little sidekick, Shmi.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what is SHN mean because it's all capital, and usually when things are on capital you pronounce it as it is, right?
Yes.
So I want to know, why did you decide to go with the name Shen?
Right. So Shen is actually part of my full name. So my full name is Chloe So Shen Man. And Shen, yeah, it's sort of like a tribute to my mom actually, because she really, really liked that name.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so me and my brothers, we all have the name Shen in our full name.
Yeah,
So yeah, I picked that as the stage name.
I love it. A big tribute to your mom. So thank you, mom, for watching, for naming her Shen and her, her other sibling Shen as well. So I want to know, how did you start music? And I heard that you're the same as like me. We are what Malaysians like to call banana,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yes, yeah. I started out as a banana actually. And then a few years ago, I started diving into a little bit more of Mandarin music. So I had to learn Mandarin, like a little bit of Mandarin, so that I could survive, interviews
Yep.
and singing in Mandarin as well. So I still can't read,
Yep.
but I use Pinyin normally to just kind of sing.
Yeah, pinyin will save your life. I semi can read. I can read like basic words like 我, 一, 二, 三, 四,
Oh, yeah.
I, 你, things that are very, very basic. But then when it comes to it, so my husband and I will like always fight. He'll be like, no, it's like this, it's like this.
Oh, he can speak Mandarin.
He can speak Mandarin. So he's lucky enough that he can
Right.
read, write, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So what has, in learning a new language, I find that whenever you learn a new language, you learn a new side of yourself, right?
Oh, for sure.
Do
Yeah.
you have a personality or an accent or something that comes out as you are speaking or learning Mandarin?
Kind of actually. So when I started learning Mandarin, I actually learned the very like Beijing kind of Mandarin. So when I speak Mandarin here to my friends, it's a little bit weird for them.
Okay.
Because then I have that kind of like oh, 你去哪儿? You know, what I mean? So it's a little bit
Yep.
strange for them.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now with my Mandarin.
I see.
Yeah.
See. So, besides, the obvious reasons why you want to learn Mandarin to speak better, to to conduct interviews a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
What was the purpose behind it? Because I read that it was because urban music is very, very niche, and you wanted to branch out a little bit. So why did you, decide that, hey, branching out is good, something I want to, possibly do, especially here in Malaysia?
Yeah, I think I've always wanted to do music ever since I was a little kid. So I knew that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to write music. I wanted to sing it, record it in studios and play shows and all that. And then so the thing for me, the very important thing for me has always been storytelling in my music, at least. So when I write, I try to at least convey like a story or a message. And I think I wanted to do that to a larger audience as well. So I think that was one of the bigger reasons why I chose to learn Mandarin as well, because then I could also kind of reach out to people who spoke Mandarin, people who love Mandarin like music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love singing power ballads right now.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole like new side of me. I was never there before.
Yeah. In terms of the many awesome Mandarin Chinese music that are out there, which is your favorite to sing at a karaoke?
Oh, that's
My
really
go-to jam has to be Donghua because
Oh.
it's a OG. Everyone knows it, regardless of your religion, race, or whatever. Everyone knows Donghua. So what
Yes.
about yours?
Mine is actually 有一种悲伤.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's I think it's a pretty a few years ago. It was from a movie. It's a very like sad movie.
Yes.
I don't remember what the movie is called, but that song is really really fun to sing in a karaoke.
Do you mind singing a few lines for us?
Oh, okay, sure. 有一种悲伤. I forgot the lyrics.
That's okay. That's why we have the pinyin at the karaoke,
exactly.
right? That's why we read the pinyin at the karaoke. So coming back to your music, your own music, you released Apocalypse this year, and
yes.
what a beautiful title, given what's happened the
you.
past 2 years.
Yes.
And title as well is in the album.
Yes, title is in. So Apocalypse is actually a song on the EP. The EP itself is called Dark Places. Yeah, so
okay.
Apocalypse is the collaboration that we did with Tidal.
Tidal, right.
Yeah, so that's part of the EP as well.
All right. So what's the theme of the EP for this time around?
Oh, fun stuff. It's basically just my declining mental health over the course of these 2 years in the pandemic. And I think if you listen to the EP from like track 1 all the way to track 6, there's actually kind of like a flow to it. So
Yeah.
it starts off with me just giving myself a hard time
Yeah.
for not doing enough during the pandemic.
Right.
So I've always just felt like, oh, I'm not making enough music. I'm not playing enough shows, but I can't, But I just always felt really bad because I'm in my mid-20s. I want to go out and I want to do stuff. But I just felt like I couldn't, and I felt bad for myself that I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I was really hard on myself. And then it also kind of touches on other emotions, other issues like anxiety and depression. And of course, like Baggage is a very heavy
Yeah.
EP.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the silver lining of it all is actually at the last track, which is Dark Places. This is the one that we just
You sang.
did. Yeah. And I love that song because amidst all of that hard times,
Yeah.
I think there's always people. I'm very grateful because I have people who will meet me at my dark places. You know, people who don't make me feel bad
Yeah.
for feeling bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the entire EP. Very, very deep, dark,
Yeah,
heavy stuff.
emotional, you know, as you said, you know,
Yeah.
your big part of your music is storytelling. And of course, in telling a good story, it has to be personal. It has to be from your own experience. And of course, thank God for your support, because I know a lot of musicians who, when they write music, they get into it, they delve into it, and, you know, they start stirring up all this emotional trauma, and, you know, they just go to the deep end, and you've managed to have a support system that can pull you back out, right?
Yes.
What do you think is the most important thing for a musician when it comes to writing their music?
The most important thing?
Yeah.
Well, I would say be honest or be yourself, because I think in my journey as well, I've always like tried to, oh, maybe I could do this type of music, or maybe I could do that type of music, and at the end of the day, I always end up kind of getting lost in it. I want to sound like this artist, or I want to sound like that artist, but it's still a journey. I'm still trying to find my sound and what I resonate with musically. But I think the most important thing is to really be true to what you have to say, because you have something to say, you have value to add to the music that's already here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I love it. I love it. And then if y'all don't know, you are a teacher as well, yeah?
Yes, I teach vocals.
Yes. I was
Fun.
going to make my co-host sing today.
Ooh.
But again, you know, thank God he's not here, because if not, we don't want any more downpour this entire week. No more of that.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing? You know, what have you learned as a teacher? Because when you're a musician, you're all about, you know, who you are, your music and all that. But as a teacher, you know, you have to teach, and you have to be a little bit more patient with your students and all that. So what have you learned about yourself during your teaching career?
I've learned that there is so much that I can learn from them. You know, I think like I actually know a little bit more about my own voice when I teach, because I'm actually vocalizing how this works or how that works. And then I try it on myself as well as I practice. And I think like that has changed a lot for me, because I can understand a little bit more about myself and the way that I work. Yeah, so I think in terms of patience, you definitely need a lot more of that. No lie.
Yeah.
And I think especially for kids.
Yeah.
So like I teach a range of like maybe like 5 up until 40.
Right.
So it's been good because you see all walks of life,
Yeah.
and then you kind of need to be you have to adapt to them, you know,
You have to be
'cause-
flexible, right?
yeah. So when they're kids, you want to also hold their attention. You want to make it fun for them, but you can't do the same thing for someone who's like 35. You know, that's a bit weird if you're gonna say, "Okay, let's try this."
Let's sing our ABCs.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to do that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All
Yeah.
right. In terms of your music, though, if our audience, you know, want to check out your album or your discography of music, if you could pick a song to best represent Shen, which song would it be? It could be your first ever single. It could be your latest single, whichever that you want to pick. If they want to Spotify you right now, which song?
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna recommend a song that's really dear to me. It's called All the Other Boys.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's very diaristic. So and it's not on the EP. It's a single on its own. But that song has always been very special. It's the most raw song that I've had. Well, it's not the most raw, but it's definitely a bit more.
Personal?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
All right,
So
super
that's
duper
it.
awesome. So our audience, my last question for you, of course, where can they follow you on social media, and where to check out your music?
Oh, you can find me on Spotify at SHN, Shen, and on Instagram as well, Shen Official Music. I'm also on Apple Music, QQ, any kind of streaming platforms that are out there. So,
All
yeah.
right, again, thank you so much for
Right.
coming on the show.
Thank
it was
you for
really
having me,
lovely
Zoe.
meeting you.
Yeah, it is so lovely meeting you
Yes,
too. I love
finally-
your hair, by the way.
Thank you. That is especially for Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to follow her again on social media. Check out her music and follow our earlier guests as well, Alexis Suen, as well as Lady Longlegs on the grams, on the TikTok, whichever you guys are on right now. We want to also thank you, everyone, for watching today's show. Don't forget to also follow Fresh Brew on Instagram Instagram. We are freshbrew_RTM. On behalf of the Fresh Brew family, to you guys who are watching, thank you so much for spending. This is our 4th Christmas with you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Hope you guys have a lovely Christmas weekend. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you guys same time, same place. My name is Zoe. Bye-bye.